everyone. Welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Hey everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 1 of talking about TV programs, deciding what to watch. And the vocabulary words are seagull.
Seagull.
Seagulls flew in circles above the fishing boat.
Informative.
Informative.
The presentation wasn't very informative since I didn't learn anything new from it.
Edit.
Edit.
Elsa has finished writing her book and now she needs to edit it.
Situation.
Situation.
Ray was uncomfortable with his living situation, so he moved out.
TV programs we're talking about
That's
today.
right. So do you watch a lot of television, Karen?
Well, I have to say that I don't watch a lot of television.
You don't?
No, not really. I don't really have that much time for television. And when I do, I usually go to the movie channel or the news channel.
Oh, really?
How about you?
I don't really like watching the news in Taiwan because I don't really feel like it's very informative. I don't feel like I really learn anything about the world. I just see a lot of really weird things that are happening in Taiwan.
And a lot of negative things, and then that keep on repeating every hour.
Yeah, usually if I'm going to watch cable television, I'll watch something like the Discovery Channel or Animal Planet.
That's more informative.
Yeah, I like to watch animals and history, and all of those are usually in HD too, so high definition television. So
TLC is actually pretty good too.
Oh, yeah, TLC. I forgot about TLC.
So how about you guys? Do you guys watch a lot of TV too?
I think you should be studying more and watching less TV.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's okay to watch a little bit.
I think it's, actually, I think television could be very educational.
Exactly.
But you just need to pick the right things to watch and don't just sit in front of the TV couch surfing.
I know, and become a couch potato.
Right, that's no good. Okay.
Okay, enjoy guys.
Enjoy.
Amanda and Gary are at home in the living room.
Amanda, can you pass me the remote control?
Sure. Here you go. What do you feel like watching?
Well, I was going to turn on the local news to see what's happening around the world.
Hey, there's supposed to be a good travel show on later. Let's watch it.
Is that on TLC?
Yeah, it's a series about a chef who travels around the world and introduces the local dishes of each country he visits.
I love shows about food. They inspire me to try my own hand at cooking.
Welcome to Live Interactive English. Today we're reading day 1 of this month's daily conversation. Today we'll be talking about TV programs. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mike. And yes, TV programs are really popular these days. There's a lot of good TV out there. I know when my friends get together, someone's always talking about this great show they discovered or some old series that they're just starting to watch. And I think it's something people are really into because, as I said, with so many channels out there and it's so easy to download TV shows from around the world, there's a lot of good stuff on TV. Also, movies are just not as good anymore.
It's true.
Yeah, so TV's really popular.
Okay, today on day 1, we're going to be deciding what to watch. We're going to be listening to a conversation between two people, Gary and Amanda, and they're going to be talking about TV and TV programs, and specifically they're going to be deciding what to watch. Now, right before our dialogue begins, Amanda and Gary, our two main characters, are at home in the living room.
Okay, all right. And Gary says, Amanda, can you pass me the remote control? So obviously they're watching TV or are going to watch TV. The remote control is that small machine that you might have if you have a TV at home, and it allows you to change the channels, change the volume settings, that kind of thing. Without actually touching the TV, you can do it from your seat, from the sofa, or somewhere like that. So it's very convenient. So Amanda says, sure, here you go. A great thing to say when you pass something to someone, here you go, or here you are.
Here is what you asked for. You asked for the remote control, and here it is. So
it's a shorter way of saying all of that.
She says, sure, here you go.
That's right.
Then she has a question. She asks, what do you feel like watching?
Good question.
What do you want to watch? Same thing. What do you want to watch on TV? Now, Gary responds to Amanda's question by saying, well, I was going to turn on the local news to see what's happening around the world. So he was either going to turn on the TV, press the power button so that the TV actually illuminates so that you can watch it, or he was just going to change the channel. The TV's already on. He was going to change the channel to the channel that's showing the local news.
Okay, because he's interested in the news. What's happening around the world means, the big news, the big events from different countries. But his friend there has a different idea. She says, hey, there's supposed to be a good travel show on later. Let's watch it, all right? So she's got a different idea about what she wants to watch. She loves the travel shows. You might have seen these on Discovery Channel or Knowledge or something like that, or on TLC as well. And they take you to different countries, show you, how people live, places to go, foods to eat, and it's a great way to take a little holiday without leaving your sofa.
Sounds good. Now, Gary has another question. He hears Amanda mention a travel show and then he asks, is that on TLC? And Amanda says yes, or yeah. It's a series about a chef who travels around the world and introduces the local dishes of each country he visits. So what is a series?
A series is basically a show. When you're saying I'm watching a TV show, it's probably part of a series. When we think of a series, we think of shows that have been on for many, many years. Each one of the seasons might be, 10 to 20 shows each, and it will carry on over a number of years, and of course the show will change, the characters will develop. Some popular TV series from recent times have been Friends, I think, was very popular, right? Game of Thrones is a popular series that's still going on now.
The Simpsons?
The Simpsons, a lot of cartoon series also are extremely popular, and everyone has their favorite, from Gilmore Girls to Gossip Girl to and other shows that involve young people or old people. It doesn't really matter as long as it's a show that's been on for several years and it has lots of different shows collected, or lots of different episodes, that is one show collected together, that makes up a series.
And here we also have the word local. It's being used as an adjective here. They're talking about local dishes in countries that this chef is visiting. Here, local just means that these dishes belong to a certain area. So here in Taipei, you can say that the local food, might be niu mian, or beef noodle soup. That would be local for someone who lives in Taipei, but it wouldn't be local for someone who lived in America. You might say that a hamburger would be local cuisine for places in America, not niu mian. That show sounds good. Local food sounds good. I love food. And you know who else loves food?
Who else loves
Gary.
food? Gary loves food. That's right. He says, I love shows about food. Maybe it's not the food he loves, it's just the
shows about food.
Yeah, these food shows are very popular, both making food, and those kind of Hell's Kitchen shows, or the travel food shows. He loves them all. He says, they inspire me to try my own hand at cooking, to inspire someone, to give them an idea to do something. And to try your own hand at something means just to try it for yourself. So not only is he going to watch it and maybe go to more interesting restaurants, he's going to try to make the food himself at home in his own kitchen.
Jiayo, Gary.
Good for you, Gary.
Anyway, with that, folks, it's now time for a break. But don't go away. We'll be right back in no time.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这一次的对话主题是关于谈论电视节目。现在电视节目这么多，有时候要决定要看什么都很难抉择哎。那今天的对话主角 Amanda 还有 Gary， 他们在家里的客厅里。Gary 请 Amanda 把遥控器递给他，因为他想要转到本地的新闻台，看看有发生什么事情。那 Amanda 就说 Here you go。好，这句话就相当于 Here it is， 或是 Here you are， 表示你要的东西在这里，给你。好，那么遥控器的英文是 remote control。再来看 turn on 这个片语呢，我们可以用来指打开电源。那在对话里面，它可以用来指转台。好，接着 Amanda 她就说 待会应该会有一个不错的旅游节目，它是一个系列节目。有一名厨师，他会到世界各地去旅游，然后介绍各国当地的菜肴。Gary 他就很感兴趣，他说他超爱美食节目的，那一些节目就是激励他第一次尝试烹饪。好，这边有几个单字片语可以学起来。首先 ，local 是形容当地的、本土的。那么 series 是指系列节目或是影集。这些节目它们通常都是一季一季的。那我们要特别注意一下 series 这个字呢，它是单数、复数都长一样，都是单复数同形。而 inspire 是指激励、鼓舞。当我们说 inspire somebody to do something， 就表示激励某个人去做某事。好，最后来看片语 try one's hand at something， 就表示首次、第一次尝试去做某事。好，我们接着回到课文中。
After that, there's a documentary about seagulls that I'd like to see.
Sounds informative. I'll watch anything as long as it's not a reality show.
I know. I can't understand why those shows are so popular.
Well, they're cheap to make, and the producers can edit the shows to make them appear more dramatic.
I've heard that many of the lines and situations in those shows are actually scripted.
Well, if I wanted to watch a show with a script, I'd just watch a soap opera.
Good. I'm glad our TV viewing for tonight is settled.
All right, folks, before the break, we were trying to figure out what to watch on TV. We were doing so by listening to a conversation between Amanda and Gary. Now, right before the break, they were talking about a travel show in which a chef travels all over the world and samples local cuisine. But that's not all that's going to be on TV tonight. In fact, something very interesting will be coming on after that travel show. We know this because Amanda says after that show, there's a documentary about seagulls that I'd like to see. Wow, how interesting.
A documentary?
About seagulls.
A documentary, of course, is kind of a science show. It's not a story. It gives you facts and information, usually about, of course, a real subject. And this is a nature documentary about an animal called a seagull. A seagull is basically those white birds with the long wings, maybe some black feathers at the end and a gray head or a white head, and they live by the ocean and they fly around and they do that seagull thing.
So
if you go to something like that. I like them in Finding Nemo, where they go mine, 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 because they're kind of greedy. They eat a lot. But yeah, if you go down to the beach, if you go to anywhere where there's fishermen working, even around their boats, you'll often see seagulls flying around. They're quite large birds and they can swim in the water, and they live usually on the beach by the ocean, somewhere like that. And of course, it's an interesting topic for a nature documentary. I don't think I've ever seen a nature documentary about seagulls. Our example sentence, seagulls flew in circles above the fishing boat, looking for some, fish that they can go and steal.
Sounds good. Now, Gary thinks this sounds good as well. He thinks this documentary sounds interesting, and that's why he says sounds informative.
Informative. Okay.
So here we have the word informative, and it's kind of like saying interesting, but here he's being more specific. If something is informative, it means it's going to give you or provide you useful information. He's going to watch this documentary on seagulls and learn about seagulls. For example, the presentation wasn't very informative since I didn't learn anything new from it.
Not a lot of new information there.
Not informative at all. Now,
That's
Gary also says something else. He says, sounds informative, followed by the line, I'll watch anything as long as it's not a reality show.
Oh, okay. So he likes many kinds of shows, but not these reality shows. That's
I'm
the
with
kind
him
of
on
show
that one, yeah.
he doesn't really like. And Amanda, it seems, is with you and Gary. She agrees too. She said, I know. I can understand why those shows are so popular, because they are popular, but she doesn't like them, and she doesn't even understand why other people like them. Gary might have a bit of an idea why they're popular. He says, well, they're cheap to make, All right, so the TV companies can make them and it doesn't cost them a lot of money, so that's good for them. And the producers can edit the shows to make them appear more dramatic. Oh, okay, so it's not exactly a reality show. They're editing the show to make it more dramatic, more exciting. To edit something is to cut it because it's too long, because it's not clear, because it's not telling the story that you want to tell. And by editing out all the boring stuff or the parts in the show where the people are actually friends and getting along and everything's peaceful, they can edit that out, cut that stuff out, and make it all about fighting and being everyone's angry with each other, and it's very, very exciting.
Yes.
It's editing. It's not exactly the truth, but it certainly is a more interesting kind of story. That's why they edit things. For example, Elsa has finished writing her book, and now she needs to edit it.
She needs to cut it down to size. Now here we also have the word dramatic. It's an adjective, and when you talk about something dramatic, you mean that there is drama involved. People's emotions are involved. Oh, it's such a dramatic situation, I might cry. It's so emotionally draining and so serious in that way. Now, let's keep reading next. Amanda says, I've heard that many of the lines and situations in those shows are actually scripted. So if it's scripted, it's not really reality, is it?
No. If it's scripted, it's like a show where the actors are saying the lines of the writers.
There you go.
That's a different kind of situation. What exactly is a situation?
A situation here is a person's surroundings or circumstances. It's very simple that way. For example, Ray was uncomfortable with his living situation, so he moved out. He was uncomfortable in that apartment for some reason or another, so he moved out.
All right. Gary says, well, if I wanted to watch a show with a script, I'd just watch a soap opera. I'd watch the old type of show with actors and writers and not people pretending that it's reality, that it's real life. Amanda says, good. She agrees with that. No reality shows. She says, I'm glad our TV viewing for tonight is settled. If something's settled, it's been agreed on, it's decided. We're not going to talk or argue about it anymore. We've made our decision.
Our final decision has been made. They know what they're going to be watching on TV tonight. Anyways, with that, folks, we've come to the end of our dialogue, which means that we have to say goodbye, but don't go away. There's plenty more fun to come in no time.
Amanda 说，看完那个美食节目之后，她想要看海鸥的纪录片。那 Gary 他也不反对啊，他说，听起来还蛮有知识性的，只要不是 reality show 真人实境秀，什么节目他都看。那么 seagull 就是海鸥 ，documentary 是纪录片。而 informative 这个形容词，它表示有提供资讯的、增长见闻的，所以他说 sounds informative 就表示听起来很有知识性，可以增长见闻。好 ，Gary 他就接着说，那一些真人实境秀啊，制作起来非常便宜，而且制作人他可以剪辑节目，让他们看起来更有戏剧性。那 Amanda 他也说啦，那些节目有很多台词跟情境，听说都是照剧本在演的，这样还不如看连续剧 soap opera。所以他们两个现在已经达到共识了，就安排好今天要看的节目了。那我们最后来看看几个单字 ，edit E-D-I-T edit 是动词，表示编辑、剪辑。那么 situation 是指情境 ，script 则是剧本。那把 script 当成动词来用，就表示为电视或是为戏剧来写剧本。我们的课文里面是用它的过去分词 scripted 来当形容词，表示照剧本演出、照脚本演出。好啦，那以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 又到 Grammar Express， 我是 Yvette。电视节目包罗万象，包括新闻、综艺节目、选秀节目、戏剧、旅游节目等等。你喜欢看哪种节目呢？在今天的对话里 ，Gary 和 Amanda 在讨论要看什么节目。Amanda 说 ，There's supposed to be a good travel show on later。等等，应该会有一个不错的旅游节目哦。Be supposed to 加上原形动词，意思是应该或者是理应，用来表达预期的情况或计划或理应要做的事。He is supposed to arrive at 3。他应该3点钟要到的。There are supposed to be 3 packages, but I only got 2。应该要有3个包裹，但是我只收到2个。 谢谢收看今天的单元，下次见喽，拜拜。
3, 2, 1, action!
Marty 在回到1985年之前，还有最后一项的任务，他必须帮助年轻时的老爸追求老妈，但是不知情的老妈却已情不自禁地爱上自己的儿子。
Oh, Marty! I'm having such a good time tonight. Here, drink some of this.
Oh my God! Lorraine, you shouldn't be drinking.
Why not?
Cause it's unhealthy.
Don't be a square. Everyone drinks. And this.
What? You smoke too?
No, Marty. You are not going to tell me smoking is unhealthy. Everyone knows that it calms your nerves and it's good for the circulation.
It's good for the circulation?
Yes.
No, it's not. It'll give you cancer.
No. Marty. Do you want to kiss me?
No, not really. 哇，儿子跟妈妈约会，而且妈妈还在儿子面前喝酒，然后说：“哦，老妈，拜托你不要喝酒，希望你未来在怀我的时候不要在那时候喝酒。”然后他妈妈不止喝酒，还拿烟出来抽，而且还跟他儿子讲说 ：“Don't be a square， 你不要当一个方形的，你不要当正方形。”因为我们都知道 square 是正方形，可是这边就有点是形容一个人是很古板、很死板，不会变通这个人。Don't be a square，OK。然后呢，儿子但是就看到老妈抽烟，实在真的是不得不多讲两句，等一下他变成畸形儿，对不对？然后他妈妈还义正言辞的跟他讲说 ：“Now Marty, you're not going to tell me smoking is unhealthy, are you？” 在1965年，他们还没有发现说这个抽烟是会有这个癌症的，所以他妈就继续说 ：“Everyone knows that it calms your nerves and it's good for the circulation。”在1965年，甚至有香烟的广告告诉你说，抽烟呢可以怎么样安抚情绪 ？It calms your nerves。OK，nerves 可以是我们的这个神经的意思，所以就是让你的神经比较放松一点。It calms your nerves and it's good for the circulation， 对你的全身的这个循环也很好。Circulation 就是循环的名词 ，circulation。Smoking it calms your nerves and it's good for the circulation。是什么东西啊？怪不得后来那个科学家医生发现说这个抽烟真的会得癌症以后，一大堆人就来告这些这个香烟烟草公司哈。当然，来自1985年的 Marty 他也知道，他就跟他老妈讲说 ，It's good, it'll give you cancer， 会让你得癌症啊。但是他妈妈居然听不进去，而且还要跟儿子kiss you。No, I don't want to kiss my mom。虽然他们当时年纪非常非常的接近，可是这样子下去再该怎么得了啊？他会不会他妈妈会不会就爱上他，儿子爱上妈妈，妈妈就不爱上爸爸？儿子到底怎么办呢？请继续收看《I Action 之电影龙卷风》。